This Father's Day, do more with Dad and spend less with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Get him fired up with a new grill and accessories, like the Next Grill 5-burner for just $299, so you can spend more time together while he becomes the grill master he was always meant to be. Or build memories with savings on top brand power tools so you can tackle projects side by side. Gift more and do more together this Father's Day with help from the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
This episode is brought to you by Google Chrome. You think you know a browser, but Gemini and Chrome? That's new. It can help you with practically anything on the web, like restoring a vintage motorcycle from a 50-page restoration blog, or finally break down that long article you've had open for weeks. Gemini and Chrome is here for it. Ready to make anything online make sense? There's no place like Chrome. Check responses, setup required, compatibility and availability varies, 18+.
If we knew more about our sleep, what would we do differently? Would we go to bed at a consistent time or take steps to reduce interruptions to our sleep? With Sleep Score, Apple Watch measures your bedtime consistency, interruptions, and sleep duration. Then, every morning it combines these factors into an easy-to-understand score from 1 to 100. So you'll know how to take the quality of your sleep from okay to very high. Know your sleep score with Apple Watch. iPhone 11 or later required.
This episode is brought to you by Fox One. Watch all 104 matches of the FIFA World Cup live in 4K for just $19.99 a month with 3 days free. Build your own multi-view, choose up to 3 streams, and follow player spotlights. Stay on top of every moment with live stats, highlights, and instant replays. The FIFA World Cup, streaming live on Fox One. Offers are subject to change. See fox.com for complete terms and conditions.
Thanks for tapping in for the NBA Weekly.
They had to bring the gang together, the Villanova gang together to make it happen. It's only been 50 years. Give them a little credit. Give him, somebody some credit.
53. When the Knicks won the championship, I was here, but I wasn't 1 year old yet. Kind of like that thing Pay go through with the Chicago Bears, his Super Bowl only claim to fame. But Pay, with that being said, what's happening with you, man?
Yeah, man. I'm still coming down from the final side. That was a great final series, even though it only went 5. But I felt the basketball vibes, and then I needed it right into my veins. And just like a crackhead, just like a cluck, a hype, I'm having withdrawals right now because when you realize no more basketball until October.
Summer League.
We'll talk about that at some point, but yeah. So now I feel you, Pay. Right now I got my Reds on. They haven't been playing well the last month, all of most of May and going into June.
You too?
So, but because I'm a fan, they're on the TV right now. They're up 3-0 against the Mets. But yeah, man, we got some of the folk in the building. Shout them out real quick. Got my boy Jar Devil in the building. Jar, what up? The homie Tim Lyons from Running Through the Jungle, Cincinnati Bengals podcast. Yo, Tim, what's happening? I had to shoot Tim some money after that game. I text Tim. The Spurs was up $10. I say, Tim, get ready. I'm going to send you your bread. When the fourth quarter's going to start, he said, no, they look all right. I said, I'm going to send you this bread, Tim. I knew every game they had choked the fourth quarter, and it happened.
Oh, I thought you were betting the Reds and Cardinals or something.
We bet that too. I pretty much, if you a homie, man, and you want to put a gentleman, my gentleman's is $25. So when I ask you want to do a gentleman's bet, I'm not going much higher than that. I can pretty much cover that across the board.
We did the nifty, didn't we?
We did do the nifty because it's basketball. You jumped out there like the homie Ricky Swade did. Talking about heat culture in the Bulls that year. So yeah, and then False, you had big false energy too. You were talking real strong about your Pistons, man. So
all the money is getting recycled around FFSN anyway.
Yeah, true story. My homie Ty in the building. You got something to say, False? Go ahead before we get started.
What's Pay?
Oh,
I just said shout out, Rick.
Okay, yeah. Oh, Ricky Swade, the homie. What's happening? Got my girl Christine Boo. What's up, Boo? Boo in the building. Say what up, of course, to Pay and Foster. What's happening, guys? My boy Pickens, you big dummy. What's up, Pickens? Thanks for tapping in. Tap. We got, is that said it small? It don't sound cool if I said it right. But yeah, okay. You might be bodied. Use a whole bunch of hashtags and Donald Trump. Yeah, everybody having a good day, Ty. So with that being said, we can get started to the basketball of it all. And we know New York Knicks won the NBA championship Saturday night. We talked about yesterday on the Know It Alls podcast. And let's tap into the matchup. I mean, so Peyton, I'll go to you first because you said this earlier. Maybe false. I mean, I think both y'all picked the Knicks.
I think me and Rick did, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if Pay.
Yeah, Pay not being when we picked. Yeah, this finals that started last time before Pay was here. But yeah, so all right, I think the majority of y'all picked it. But Pay said on another show that the experience was going to be a factor, and I really think that's what it came down to. I mean, the Spurs were up every 5 games. Every game they were up double digits at some point, but the Knicks didn't. This is my takeaway, right? The Knicks did never panic, even when they was down 29. That was that game 1, game two, down 29. They never panicked. They got hot, and I feel like the inexperience showed in the coaching. Mitch Johnson, bad rotations, and just like, OTA plays, out of timeout plays, after timeout, ATO. Especially that game we talking about, when Wemby could have had a better shot than that, and they lost by 1. They lost 2 games by 1, and they was up double digits in every one. So I feel like they were in every game. At some point, they could have just seized control if they were experienced. Have somebody then De'Aaron Fox, the one veteran on the team, makes the dumbest play when they had a chance to tie it 2-2. Going to the basket, getting blocked when there wasn't no shot clock on. So I really feel like the Knicks deserve to win. Don't get it twisted at all. But the Spurs kind of had chances, let's say. And so, Pay, what do you think about the overall series? How did you see it?
I think there's some things that we need to put to bed after that series. One, let's put to bed calling De'Aaron Fox a vet. He was supposed to be the guy with the playoff experience. But when you start peeling back the layers, you remember, wasn't De'Aaron Fox on that Kentucky squad that lost in the Elite Eight to Carolina? And the reason why they lost was because he left his man on the scramble drill, and his man ended up hitting the game-winning shot. You peel back the layers a little bit. Hey, what playoff experience does De'Aaron Fox really have? The Sacramento Kings, one of the losingest franchises in NBA history. That one time, well, maybe they went to the playoffs twice. They ain't never did nothing just once. Oh, yeah, thanks for clarifying that, Tate, because that ain't no experience. And you saw it. He just as he just as green as the rest of the squad. And he's doing dumb stuff that cost him a win. Not to be excuse, because there were some other players and other plays out there that cost them to blow that 29-point lead in some of the other games. But De'Aaron Fox, he told you in the post-game interview that he don't even see nothing wrong with what he did. He don't. He said, I was trying to go up 3. I'm like, hey, De'Aaron, you could have went up 3 if you just let him foul you. Hit 2 free throws. You go up 3 still. 3 is still only 1 possession, so it's not like you need to be greedy right there.
And kill probably 2 more seconds off the clock.
Exactly. You got all this quote-unquote speed that everybody say you.
Oh, he's fast now.
He's fast, right? He's fast. So run away. You want to run away? You want to go for the glory, and that's why you lost. Big reason why they lost, because too many players. We put in too much. I don't want to say glaze. We're putting too much gas on certain players. De'Aaron Fox is one of them. Wemby is another one. We need to pump the brakes on giving him the league. He did a lot. He will have the league at some point. In fact, I think next year he's gonna take off, because this was what he needed. This loss is going to help that man so dramatically. Tate, you remember 2011? What happened in the finals of 2011?
LeBron caught that L against the Dallas Mavericks.
Caught that L. Tate, also, I'm going to come right back to you. You're old enough to remember Tragic Johnson. You're old enough to remember 1980 when Bird got bullied by the Philadelphia 76ers. You're old enough to remember.
Let's not leave your boy MJ out having to go through the Pistons.
I'm getting there. I'm coming right there. Foster, you're old. Foster and Tate, you both old enough to remember Shaq getting swept in 95 and 96 when everybody was giving him the league after Mike had walked away. Y'all old enough to remember Kobe airballing in Utah, and you old enough to remember, him airballing again in Denver, 2003. Foster, you don't remember. You came right after this when Mike was getting bullied in Detroit for 3 straight playoff series. And everyone knows Steph in 2016. These are canon events. But he didn't. But he didn't take off. He didn't. He
Right.
need all those examples. They are necessary. They are canon events for all these greats, all these legends to change. LeBron this is Wemby right now, and LeBron prior to 2011 was about neck and neck, about right there. Everybody was giving them the lane. Everybody was saying, "Oh, they're going to be great. They're going to be one of the greats." LeBron would not be who he is today without 2011. 2011 is necessary, and this series right here for Wemby, necessary. He gonna lock in all offseason. Miss me with going to see the Monks. The Monks can't help you, bro. The Monks ain't got no ball game. The Monks ain't got no bag. They're not gonna help you get a back to the basket game. Call King. Say, King, I want to work with you double time. Give him that money. You come back you do exactly what LeBron did. You come back in 2012 with a back to the basket game. You come back to the league with your villain arc. Now you become even more unstoppable. Now you're the man. Now you could really take over the league, and it won't be no one stopping you. Lock in, F nigga. Lock in. Welcome to your villain arc, F chat.
Okay. All right, B Foss. What's your thoughts on it, man?
It's all perspective when you really think about it. Everybody is, putting the blame on De'Aaron Fox, but at the same time, I feel like he held up his end of the bargain in the sense that he promised Mike Brown that he would get him a ring, and that's exactly what he did. So he came clean with what he was supposed to do. But yeah, but in all seriousness, he pulled the old 2K move. Like when you're trying to showboat on 2K and you're up, and it's not something you would do in real life, but just to rub it in a little bit, you go and get that layup when you could have ran out the clock. But yeah, and the funny thing about it is when they slowed it down, Anunoby did kind of foul him maybe a little bit, but
there's different angles of it. There's different angles where he got that clean. The 2-minute report say he got it clean.
I would say it was clean too, but I would say this: if they didn't call it, because the ref couldn't believe the dumb stuff he was doing.
It was one of those things.
Definitely do not deserve a bailout. Shout out to Goldman Sachs.
It went the way it was supposed to go. But, Tate thought, that I was in my conspiracy bag, that, this would be the situation that would, light a fire under Wemby and, the experience situation and all that. But that's pretty much how it played out. And, we talked about the winning pedigree of all the Nova guys who, a lot of those guys won 2 championships while they were in college. But I don't think we even talked about OG Anunoby. He was a young pup when he won that championship with Kawhi and Norman Powell and Van Vliet and all those other guys.
I don't even think he played in that series.
I think he was hurt. I don't think he played. Yeah.
He was a part of that.
That was really Siakam's coming out party.
No, for sure. But he was
on that team.
He was on the team. He contributed, he was
during the season.
Yeah. So, sometimes it's, he's got a ring when it's all said and done. So
he got 2 now.
Yeah. So that plays, that played a big part of it. And, I think even early on, we talked about the fact that Fox, has experience, but at the same time, it was a short trip, or I think they kind of did push Golden State a little bit, but, not enough for it to make any big impact. And, we talked about a lot of things that was suggested the Knicks weren't ready. We said that, Brunson, too small. They're going to get, they're gonna hunt Towns. They're gonna hunt Brunson. Mike Brown's not a good coach, but hey, they kind of vindicated a lot of things. And yeah, this, New York, they've been fiending for a championship or something that resembled a championship. So yeah, this is legacy cementing for a lot of those dudes. But OG had a bit of a Tayshaun moment. I know y'all remember. Y'all are old enough to remember when Tayshaun Prince blocked Reggie Miller, and that chase down block. So that was kind of, although Tayshaun's was 100% clean and a little bit more epic than OG's, but nonetheless stamping moments that people will never forget.
Yeah. Was it more epic?
His name is in the rafters. His jersey is in the rafters.
I got a question. Take it back on what you said.
Ty, yeah, the Reds is whooping, but that's pay team the Cubs. That's Ricky Swade team is the Mets.
This is why it's more epic, because he blocked Reggie Miller, a legend. Who is De'Aaron Fox? Who is De'Aaron Fox?
I'm sorry. Oh, Reggie Miller, out of all
He's
these
not a
legends,
legend? Whoa, that's crazy.
Reggie Miller is a Hall of Famer. A legend? Let's pump the brake.
He's a Pacer legend.
Yes, he's a Pacer legend. He's a California legend. He's a Hall of Famer. I'm a legend.
Mr. GOAT, though.
He don't even dunk the ball. That's an easier
that's
block.
part of the problem. But
exactly, it's an easy block.
And his sister, I give it up for his sister, but only one shooter has surpassed him. Well, I guess Steph Curry now, but before that it was Ray Allen.
Ray Allen too.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. That's what I'm really talking about.
Dame
ain't passing yet.
I mean, Dame is. If we're drafting shooters, I'm taking Dame before Reggie.
I know we don't like Reggie Miller, but come on now.
This has nothing to do with
Reggie played. His prime was 30 years ago. They weren't playing like they play like they play now. Reggie numbers. So it's just like the past. Like what Dan Marino did in his epic year of '84. It took 20-some years for that to be when the game changed in football. But like with Reggie Miller, if Reggie Miller played in this era of basketball, shooting the three, he was at the green light. It looked different.
They were running the ball like crazy when Dan.
Shooting is still shooting. I think Dame is a better shooter. But I got a question. Just piggyback on what Foster was saying. He's talking about narratives. Whose narrative changes the most going forward? Mike Brown or Karl Anthony Towns?
As far as what? Oh, on their career, like how this impacts them.
Right.
I think Mike Brown.
I feel like what Mike Brown did is being overshadowed quite a bit. I don't think people are really giving it. I don't really think that people are giving too much. Karl Anthony Towns was still an all-star. He was respected in some lights. I think he's still going to be, known as kind of like soft. Is he tough now? No.
I mean, he did. I have a clear image of what Karl Anthony Towns was going into these last 9 games of the playoffs that he's played. And none of that image did not pop up at any point. No defense, soft as you said, can be bullied. And he was the one out there being a bully. I mean, and he came up.
He played with Wemby, though.
You really support me and Fox's argument. So he was all these things under Mike Brown. Karl Anthony, Big Cat, played for the Knicks last year. Mike Brown didn't coach the Knicks last year. The Knicks played the Eastern Conference Finals last year under Thibodeau, who's also a really good coach. But Mike Brown was an extra ingredient thrown in there. They didn't really make no big roster changes or addition. They changed Mike Brown for Thibodeau championship. Mike Brown's more impactful in his legacy than his Karl. Now he'll go down as a Hall of Fame player potentially. They got a ring, but it means more to Mike Brown's legacy than it do to Big Cats.
Earlier I was saying we got to stop with mislabeling people. Thibodeau, let's stop mislabeling him. He's not a great coach.
Damn, and you know what? He coached Towns twice, right? Did he coach him the first time?
He did it in Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah, and he the one that wanted him back. Maybe that's. But now he got a championship. Under the right coach, he got a championship. But that narrative was put out there on him and Andrew Wiggins by Jimmy Butler and them guys when they was in Minnesota. And I mean, you'll see Cat. I mean, as he gets older, and I think with Wemby too, you get a little more experience. You get a little bit more knowing what you're capable of. So sometimes, you can shoot the three as a big. You don't have to shoot the three as a big because you can. Sometimes your advantage is to go down low, change the defense for the rest of your team. Like, you know what I mean? If they got to double you down low or send doubles at you, you can pass out. You got to affect the game just by more than everything in your bag. Sometimes you got to live outside your bag to affect everybody else and help them.
You know how many points Cat had in his last game?
Probably about 7.
2.
2 points in the deciding game?
Yes. 1 for 7.
I think he only had 1 good game out the 5, maybe 2.
Game 1.
The last 3 games, 2, 13, 11.
Yeah, and I bet you the fourth quarter he probably had most of his points in the fourth quarter.
I think he scored in the fourth quarter all series.
Well, I think he did. One game he had 4 or 6 in the fourth quarter. One game.
So I'm not impressed. He actually had more turnovers than points in deciding game. But you know what? That gets looked past.
I wonder what Jimmy Butler would say to that question. Mike Brown and Cat, What you taking?
I know what he'd say. Give me Mike Brown.
Sure.
Give me Mike Brown. Yeah, so I mean that part.
All those dudes are stamped. You brought a championship to the Knicks. There's some
Yep.
old folks that thought they'd never see that.
I had my know-it-all homie Big G yesterday on the show. Said Willis Reed is the top 5 all-time Knick. I said, man, Willis Reed was a great player, but he don't get mentioned among the top 10 centers. I said, what?
I gotta pump the brakes there. Big G, his NBA fandom's for sale. We all know this. I'll put that out there. At one point, he was a Knicks fan. So I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that caveat. I'm gonna leave that caveat right there. Willis Reed has 2 Finals MVPs. Willis Reed has
He got 2 Finals MVPs.
Both of them are his. Willis Reed.
Walt Clyde don't got one. I mean, I don't know.
We had this argument in the group chat earlier. That's what I got found. That's when I found out. Willis Reed has the moment in Knick history. I gotta agree with G there. I think he's.
That moment was walking out onto the court because he's hurt. How much did he play that?
That he scored the first 2 baskets. That was included in the moment, and that momentum. We talk about momentum being important all the time.
MVPs. He got an NBA 7 All-Star. Ooh, okay.
That's crazy.
I might
Top
have
3.
have to pump my brakes on Big G. 19, I would say 19, 13. All right. So what? Behind Patrick Ewing
and Brunson. I don't know how you want to rank the 3. I don't know how you rank the 3 because I mean you got 2 Finals MVPs. Pat ain't never, Pat missed a layup in crunch time, so I don't know what you want to do with that. And then you got Brunson. Brunson with a Finals MVP. I don't know how you want to do the 3, but I know Brunson's in that top 3 immedially
because of the chip now.
Chips. Hey,
he took a pay cut. I mean,
he's Mr. Knick right now.
That pay cut might be the biggest assist in NBA history.
That part. I don't disagree there. I would just question like Bernard King and Walt Frazier and
they were all in attendance watching him win.
Yeah. Well, because them jokers
Well, yeah, I'm sure one of them did, but yeah.
Yeah, Walt was.
And that whole run, they just ran through. They kind of just ran through shit. Like,
hey, closeout Knicks was a thing. We're going to talk about that in history books. Well, if we still have books,
They're taking books away.
History or something.
Well, we don't know. Somebody might want to say, I wasn't at the only game they lost. They didn't win the championship. Or they might change it to it was a 4-0 sweep. That's what history might say.
On the nose there, Tate. On the nose. The closeout Knicks is a thing, though.
Atlanta gave him the most smoke, didn't they?
And then, then Karl-Anthony Towns, he talked about him. Then he was in Prada, Devil Wears Prada 2, and they turned up. They got Atlanta up out of that swiftly. They got Philly up out of that swiftly. They got Cleveland up out of that swiftly. And they did what they did to San Antonio. I mean, I don't think this Knicks team is going to be in any dynasty conversations because I don't think, as we've done the last 8 years, we're not going to be thinking, they're going to take over the league.
Thanks for 99 from Damian Tate, Pay's cousin. Mike Brown is the Steve Kerr of NY. Where does this place Brunson? Better than Kyrie?
Interesting question. Interesting. What you think, Foss?
I hate the sound of that, but nah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Salute to him and all that, but nah. Do a little more.
Here's the thing. Kyrie is out of his prime. I have no problem putting somebody who's in their prime, who's a Finals MVP, reigning Finals MVP, in front of him. I have no problem doing that. Now, we talking just bag talk? Nah, I think Kyrie's definitely got a better bag. But one, for me, it can't always just be talent. You got to take the talent with the production and the availability. All those 3 things have to come together. And Kyrie is lacking on 2/3 of that. So give me Brunson.
Kyrie has a ring though, right?
He does. 10 years ago. Shout out. They just had their 10th anniversary. Shout out to them.
They did, yeah, the Cavs.
Well, like Brunson still can't check Kyrie though, but Like now.
No.
today. But I'll say this. Brunson had every opportunity to have a team built around him. Kyrie's championship team, we know it wasn't built around him. He still dropped 41 in game 6, made the biggest shot in game 7. I mean, against the all-time best record, 73-9 Golden State Warriors. I mean, so there's a discussion there.
Go James.
Yeah, man. Let's see. We got thanks for the super chat, Damian. Definitely appreciate you. Yep. MSU Detroit fan steps into the chat. The homie says everything could have been different if the Pistons didn't put the bed in game 7.
That's my dog, but why we gotta?
I really think Detroit was still a year ahead of schedule. And with that being said, let's transition from the finals. I got our little talking point, me and you. Because of that, False, that's a perfect segue into the Pistons potentially being part of a.
You have one new message. Translating. Disney and Pixar's Hoppers is now available on Disney+.
You could say that again.
Critics are calling it Pixar's funniest movie ever and a wildly entertaining ride. Blizzard Potato. It's certified fresh and verified hot.
Now we party.
This is incredible!
Wow, I am clearing the rest of the day.
Disney and Pixar's Hoppers, now available on Disney+. Rated PG.
They say you can tell a lot about a person by the contents of their freezer. So, what does a bottle of Jägermeister say? It says you have standards, you don't cut corners, and you like your Jägermeister shots the way they're meant to be enjoyed, ice cold. As for the frozen taquitos and mystery leftovers, we'll keep that between us. Drink it cold, or don't drink it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold. Drink responsibly. Jägermeister liqueur, 35% alcohol by volume. Imported by Mast Jägermeister, U.S. White Plains, New York.
Of rumors out there being part of a trade, would you guys have any interest in Tyler Herro? Would he help?
Yeah, he definitely would. He's one of those guys that kills us every time we play him. He's kind of that upgrade over Duncan Robinson, where it's, kind of one-sided, not too much going on the defensive side of the ball, but definitely would give us the firepower that we need. You talk about the cutting our water off for long periods of time. He would be another guy that could keep the water running.
No, I agree with you. Defensively, I think he plays slightly better defense. I think he might be just a little better athlete. But the real difference is that he could be a tertiary playmaker. He can handle the ball. When he can shoot the same three as Duncan Robinson, but when somebody close out him, he can get to the basket and either get his own or create for somebody else, which tremendously helps Cade.
And he little caveat with him, like everybody else that's rumored to us, health.
He what now? What's left?
Health.
Yeah. Okay. Pay your thoughts on potential. Would Tyler Herro help the Pistons?
This is one of those things you don't want to cut your nose to spite your face. You know what I mean? Tyler Herro will help the Pistons in their biggest area of need, but to give up what you need to get for Tyler Herro, because Miami has been shopping Herro for years because they're going big game hunting. They went in on Giannis, and they went in on Giannis for years, and they've tried to get other players, Kevin Durant, to name a few. And Tyler Herro is always that piece that they're trying to get off of. And if they're gonna get off Tyler Herro, it would be a part of a larger move. But Detroit wouldn't be acquiring him without giving up something.
Well, that article I read, it was Karis LeVert and not one of the big players. Karis LeVert, somebody else, and a first round pick. Not anybody of any worth mentioning. I think they would just help facilitate a trade of Giannis going to Miami. Right. That's it. They're not giving up no big piece.
So in that scenario, Milwaukee would take on those players.
Yeah,
that framework will be great for Detroit. They give up, I don't want to call them bums, but they give up rotational players.
Contracts.
Yeah, with Ron Holland included. Rotational players, the young guys, and expiring contracts, get them to Milwaukee, because Milwaukee, obviously, they're trying to, to lose a little bit right now. If that's all Detroit has to give up, Detroit wins that. Detroit
Yeah.
wins that. Now, you did say Herro is, you did call him the question, Herro's defensive acumen. That's been out there for a long time, too. He would be hunted.
He
Detroit
would
would
be
have
hunted.
to fix, not necessarily fix, but they would have to adjust some of their defensive schemes to protect him a little bit. But I do think that wouldn't become at a detriment of what they can do. I think their ceiling would definitely rise with Tyler Herro.
Because I mean he can move better than Duncan Robinson defensively. And the
Mm.
fact that you have Cade, Thompson, and Duran out there in crunch time. I mean, you can hide him defensively, but the fact that he can create for others on offensive end, it to me would be worth way much more than the liability he'd be on defensive end.
So
It would outweigh I think it would outweigh the negatives because yeah, we do have some other guys. As long as you don't lose too many defensive, minded players like Stewart, Thompson, Duran, Cade is a solid defender as well. So
That's why I said you got Cade and Thompson and Duran on the court. I mean, I'm not
yeah.
counting on none of them guys being gone. Now, could Stewart be gone? He could be gone, right? Because his contract is up, right?
No,
No?
no, he's got a couple of years left. We signed him to a 4-year, $84 million deal a
So,
couple years
but
ago, but it did.
to me, so he's under contract. But if you traded, if you made that trade for Tyler Herro
He
and
might
say you
start.
traded Stewart for somebody like Max Strus, because there was talk about that a couple weeks ago, I think Detroit wins in that all the way around. Both trades for them.
So you would play Duncan Robinson and Tyler Herro together on the floor?
So you would do.
I'm suggesting Duncan Robinson is off the bench shooting. I mean, at that point.
Yeah. No, you don't play them together. You play.
I think you want to. Heat culture.
No. We're not trying to do all that.
Yeah, I don't think Spoelstra played them together.
What's crazy is that technically Duncan Robinson is only due $2 million this year. That's how much we're on the books for. We can cut him, and that would be a $2 million cat hit. What all there would be. So we wouldn't even have to hold on to Duncan Robinson if we didn't want to.
Okay, yeah, I could see a world where Duncan Robinson could just be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you can get off his contract or trade him to somebody else that needs shooting, because you're picking up a shooter and a playmaker in Tyler Herro. And
What do
you
you say
still got
about?
your boy Doogie Howser on the bench. What's his name?
Yeah,
Howser?
if we bring him back, Herder.
Heard him. Yeah, well, he didn't get to play. You probably can get him for cheap still, right? But okay, so far as the next thing up on the menu, I want to know, Chicago got a new coach in the building, man. Tiago Splitter. What's the thought on that from the frustrated Chicago sports fan in the Chi City Bulletin? What's going on with Tiago Splitter signing? How you feel about it? How the city feeling about it?
Before Chauncey Billups got in bed with the mob and completely ruined his life, the only time we thought about Tiago Splitter was that we got his stuff sent back in 2012 by LeBron, one of the greatest blocks in finals history. Put it on the list. It's on the top 5 list. Put it up there. But now, ever since Chauncey got locked up and started snitching, Tiago has become one of the most coveted basketball minds in the NBA. He comes from, we talked about Mike Brown being a champion now and being all over the league, coaching greats like LeBron, Kobe, De'Aaron Fox, just to name a few. He's from the San Antonio Spurs tree. Right. So is Tiago Splitter. Tiago Splitter, he pulled that Blazer catastrophe out of the fire, brought them to the playoffs. He unlocked something out of Danny Avia, because I didn't think Danny Avia had that in him. Danny Avia, it was a dog once Tiago took over. You know who else? What's my man, Scooter?
Henderson.
Scoot Henderson. I thought Scoot Henderson was trending towards bust. Tiago got in there. He unlocked something out of Scoot. Scoot looks like a very serviceable NBA player now. There might be something. The Bulls might be cooking with this. They are having a great offseason. They hired the new VP. He's putting together a decent staff. They got Tiago, who's, I just gave you 2 examples. It looks like he knows what he's doing with young players, can unlock a new level of achievement for them. And now the Bulls have a blank slate. They got 2 top 15 picks. They got a bunch of cap room. I don't know what they can do with it because, the NBA effectively killed free agency after, 2019 with all the aprons and everything. But they have a blank slate. They have an opportunity to do something with Tiago Splitter, and he can mold what young players they have and into some type of a winner and winning organization again. So watch out now. The Bulls might not be down for too much longer. They got an opportunity to do some things.
Oh, I mean, I think it's a good hire. I mean, because I was expecting the Blazers to be good anyway. Then when Chauncey Billups got in trouble and they just like threw Tiago in there, I thought it was going to be catastrophe. The boys made the playoffs. They beat the Spurs again. Granted, it was the game Wemby got a concussion, but they won a game. And Deni Avdija was an all-star, averaging 25 a game.
They didn't only make the playoffs. It was a tough out. I thought they was actually had a shot to beat Wemby and them in the first round.
Tomorrow morning is knocking. Stock your fridge now. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or a sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel, maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
You thought this was your Run Club era. Turns out, it was more of a thinking about Run Club era. The good news? Someone's marathon training is about to start. Sell your workout gear on Depop. Just snap a few photos, and we'll take care of the rest. They get their race day fit, and you get a payout for trying. Someone on Depop wants what you've got. Start selling now. Depop, where taste recognizes taste.
Thanks, Tampa Lions Club says Adam Silver is doing his best to destroy the sport of basketball. What y'all think about that?
I don't know. That's a lot. I mean, I could be convinced if you gave me some reasoning to it.
But Pace said,
Adam Silver is the biggest nothing as far as all the commissioners in North American sports. The biggest nothing there is. He is a pushover. Let me tell you, this investigation, fake investigation into the Clippers cheating. He ain't gonna do nothing to Ballmer and Claw. He ain't do nothing. Anytime LeBron farts in the wind, Adam Silver's back there asking him, all right, it went that way.
Clippers about to lose a franchise.
It went that way.
Anytime there's any type of issue going on, Adam Silver just, I don't know. That's a Duke graduate for you, man.
That explains a lot right there to me. That explains a lot.
What has Adam Silver done since he came into David Stern's job? He had an easy first thing to do. Get rid of old boy. I'm blanking on his name right now. Old boy that used to be the owner for the Clippers, longtime owner for the Clippers.
Sterling.
Get rid of him. Yeah. Get rid of Sterling. Easy decision. What has he done since?
Well, I mean, you don't think he's working on this? I mean, I don't disagree completely, but I think the tanking thing, he kind of do something there. He's helping grow the game. We're playing basketball internationally now, looking to expand.
Things that were done way before him, mind you. But go on.
The league is making way more. Players are making way more money than they ever have. Now, some of the things he's implemented, like some of the things was just going, like the whole was not. I believe no. I don't know his wife. How long has he been commissioner? David Stern. Okay, so it was on his watch. The whole what do you call it? Kawhi started that shit. Him and Pop.
The load management.
Management. Yeah, that's been a problem for years, and they haven't found a way to really get their arms around that. But besides that, I mean, they got more TV revenue money, so they own TV. I mean, the playoffs are always good, really competitive. I mean, I think you can point to stuff with every commissioner and pick out things you don't like. But I mean, you gotta look at the state of the sport to me when you talk about where is the sport at.
I like the parity. I like the parity in the fact that that championships is going from east to west and a different team every year. We had Denver. We had a lot of different teams for a while.
I think this was 8 in a row, 8 different championships in a row.
Yeah, so I do like that. But the two things you mentioned that they're making more money than they've ever made, but we also got a tanking problem, which means that they're making all this money but they're also not playing. So if he can get that tanking thing figured out,
and
we'll be
I agree
good
with
to
you.
go.
I said that he can't get his
Yeah, no,
arms
you're right.
around that yet. The league hasn't, but I think they
Because
working.
them making all this money and the fact that we get to see him wearing all the fresh and mirror and shit, I don't care nothing. Like, play the game.
Shout out to Ben Simmons.
But see, and to me that speaks directly to it, in my opinion, right? I mean, because I feel like Adam Silver is commissioner over a way different league and different type of player nowadays. Like all them guys back in the day, they was playing 75 games.
Shout out to
Your
Mikal
Jordans,
Bridges.
your
Never missed a game.
Barkleys, your Shaqs, your Kobe's.
Definitely missed a game in the finals.
Who?
Mikal.
He's saying Mikal Bridges missed a game. He's a champion now. That's how you must address us or whatever.
I got you.
Junior. Address Junior. But yeah, man, so I don't know that he's destroying it. I mean, I think we all can have some stuff that we may maybe disagree with, and that would be with any decision maker, right? I mean, the only person I completely disagree with pretty much 99.9% of the time is running the United States. And I'll just leave it at that. And even with him, I said 99.9%. So he might do one thing ever that, what that? Like sometimes you just fumble into stuff, right? Like you make a bad decision, but it turns out okay.
Broken clock is right twice a day.
Okay, so yeah. And I don't know how many seconds is in a day, but all them we're not counting the minutes of the hour. We counting the seconds in every hour. Them 2 times, that
So
one
it's really
time
2 seconds.
hit strike the top of the clock, he might get something right. But yeah, Tampa Lions, he has been 9 years since there has been an American MVP in the NBA. His agenda is obvious.
Facts.
What's his agenda with that?
Now, I will go. This is past Adam Silver. This is past Adam Silver because that agenda started that agenda started during Donald David Stern era, and I don't know if we want to take the show in that direction but there is a bias against certain American hoopers, right? We know certain American hoopers took over the league, and towards the 90s, around the Dream Team era. There was a turn like, you know what? There's more amenable hoopers on that side of the planet. We can create players who are a little more palatable, you know what I'm saying, to our fan base, a certain fan base. And now it's starting to the fruits of that labor are starting to show themselves as it's been 9 years since there's been an American MVP. That is where I take it. That's the agenda that I've been seeing for a long time.
I understand what you're saying. Okay, but let's now the game grew starting then, right? It was guys overseas that we heard about before the Dream Team. I knew about Sabonis. I knew about Drazen Petrovic. This is before the 92 Dream Team. It was hoopers out there. Not little Sabonis. His daddy was way beastier than him, right? Mm-hmm. So we go to 92. The game grows. The kids around, you remember how big the Dream Team 1 was? All the people from all around the world, so basketball became a bigger thing. So these young foreign players started playing the game. And so now the game grew. The world grew. I mean, right? I mean, the world didn't grow, but access to the rest of the world.
Basketball world,
yeah. So, but when we look at those MVPs, tell me which one ain't really a hooper, who didn't deserve it.
No, they deserve it. But
wait. You sounded...
You said agenda, so you gotta.
There's an agenda
there's always
to
an agenda.
Get more of those type of players into the league.
Because that's really, but there's always agenda. We see that in politics now, don't we? You know who being shipped out of here, who not? Because what's more palatable? Yeah, we want to go in that direction. We'll get back to the hooper, but you know what I'm getting at. But yeah, so
where's my kente cloth at?
Juneteenth is upon.
And the opening of the Obama Presidential Center, not library. You can do
third
stuff.
Eye open.
No doubt. So the next thing, Giannis trade rumors.
Speaking
of a foreigner, but Giannis, and I don't think it's a matter of if. I think it's only when he'll get traded. You guys heard anything? And who's your favorite? Who you think is your betting favorite? I'll go that to you because you be on all the fan duels and DraftKings and all that, placing your parlays and stuff. So who's the bet favorite right now to land Giannis in a trade?
I think the tide has shifted towards Boston because originally it was Miami. It was Miami was is the place that he had said that if he does get traded because he doesn't, he still keeps, sidebar. Greek is pissing me off. Just say you want to trade, bro. Enough of the baloney. But anyway, it had been Miami for the longest because he had said that was one of the teams that he would accept a trade to. But now Boston has kind of subtly let it be known that Jaylen Brown is available. Now, if Jaylen Brown gets into the trade market, Miami becomes number 2 easily because Jaylen Brown is a lot higher of an asset. Jaylen Brown, I don't know if y'all saw that, he put his condo up for sale in Boston. You know what? It doesn't sound like a lot, but we've seen this enough times in sports, football, basketball, baseball. These things lead to movement. So be on the lookout. I think Boston has the upper hand right now.
I didn't see that, but here's where the Cavaliers come in because there's talk of that potential, those trades, and Boston getting Giannis, moving Jaylen Brown to Milwaukee for Evan Mobley and a first-round pick to bring Jaylen Brown back to Cleveland. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like for Cleveland, for Cleveland. Milwaukee would be getting a 24-year-old asset to build around as more on their timeline, right? I mean, Jaylen Brown, like 29 grade, be 30. Hooper, but that's more on Cleveland's timeline when you talk about having Donovan Mitchell and James Harden, and you keep Jared Allen in and throw Jaylen Brown in there. I think that looks good, but then when that's up in 2-3 years, you back to nothing really to lean on. So
it's a cute 2K team, but
yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, but that's where that was connected to that, so I had to bring that up. But yeah, man, I mean, Pay, you say Boston falls for Giannis. Who you say?
Yeah. The Boston one kind of took me off guard. I always kind of like the Miami situation just because Herro gets to go back to Wisconsin.
He coached.
Yeah. And I think that the Giannis and Spoelstra mix would be interesting. Hey, and then Bam, missed.
That's what you build around is Giannis and Bam. Who else do they have? You get rid of Herro. You get rid of Khalil Ware, and you get rid of the boy that played at UCLA. What's his name?
Because Khalil would be in that, you think?
Yeah, he'll be in that.
Yeah, he got to go.
So
you can't play Khalil and Bam together anyways. He got to go.
And the guy
Khalil can shoot though.
Who's the guy from UCLA? Jaime Jaquez.
So outside of that, they got what's that guard that played for Davion Mitchell?
Former Sacramento King legend.
Right.
Former Sacramento first-round pick. Baylor legend.
Yeah. They thought he might be the next other Mitchell. Your Mitchell, Donovan.
Yeah.
Not so much.
I wish our Mitchell had his defense though.
Right. Yeah, y'all could do a little swap off, but yeah. So yeah, Miami wouldn't have too much. They wouldn't have no type of guard play. I don't think.
That's what I'm saying.
Mr. Rozier is screwed.
If you go to Boston, they only giving up Tatum. They just doing it a different way. They doing it with Tatum and Giannis versus because you get off Jaylen Brown, no Diddy. You trade Jaylen Brown and you bring Giannis to pair with Tatum. You still got a dynamic, 2 superstars. But Miami, everything it'd take for them to acquire Giannis would kind of deteriorate their roster. I mean, but I don't know. I think he wants to go to Miami first and foremost.
He wants to go somewhere on the East is what the word is, like on the...
Out on the prowl, yeah.
It really doesn't matter how much you deteriorate the roster because if you trade for Giannis, he's got brothers coming with him.
Yeah, so he got
they'll contribute, keeping the towels
I mean,
warm.
you could fill out the roster with a whole bunch of Antetokounmpo.
I mean, I feel like we say that, and I know exactly what it is. But nepotism is a thing, right? I mean, we said the highest levels of society and government and everything. Why we mad at Giannis? Because he got enough clout to get his brothers.
Because they trash.
But there are people from who they know, who they connected to, they get jobs that matter in government did not qualify.
Listen, I don't have to watch dude on TV and be like, oh, that's John Brown's brother. Like, I don't care about that. But the fact
Giannis could have just donated to his brother's podcast. That's it. That's enough. He don't need to be on the hoop. He don't need to hoop too. That's enough.
He made his brother's dreams come true. And you know
And
what?
he's giving us all night.
But LeBron made his son's dream come true. Now I think Bronny's a real hooper, though. I think he's a real pro player.
Bronny's a dog. Okay.
That was too strong. My fault.
I'm like, we have downplayed dog. What, a poodle? Like, if we talking dog, like
he's an NBA rotational player, though. Dog was strong.
Wait. NBA rotational player. Not even that.
No, he is that now.
No, he's
only played because Luka and Reeves, they've been all hurt. They've been hurt all year.
He's got a niche. He can play.
Yeah, he got a niche. I ain't saying he's a starter on the team. I ain't saying he's a 7
You said an NBA rotation. So if he went somewhere else, if he went to Cleveland, he'd be playing in Cleveland.
He can play defense.
Got quiet. Yeah,
as long as you can play defense.
Is he better than Craig Porter Jr.? Potentially. He's not better than Tyrese Proctor because Tyrese Proctor went to Duke. So
they're rotational players either, though.
No, but during the season, again, when somebody get hurt, you got 12, 15-man roster or something. You got to play. He could have one of those spots, though. He's deserving of one of those spots.
How many points do you think he averaged this year?
About 4.
3. You call that a rotational player for real?
Okay, hold on, man. Hold on.
That's disrespectful to rotational players.
Hold up, man. You're playing with numbers, man. He scored 3 on the Lakers. When the team is healthy, there's players who play 40 minutes a game. He's not. When we say a rotational player, does not mean you're going to also be a bucket. His niche is to be a 3-and-D guy. He's better on the D part. Pause. So as long as you have defense. Yeah, as long as you
he's averaging 2.9, but
he's that side 3. He can knock that down. I give him 40%.
41% when he got his uptick in time in the last part of the season.
Played in the G League most.
If you player, but he can bounce back from around the league. G League players. We still say that as a knock, but more than half the league has spent time in the G League, though.
Asar never touched the G League. Never.
That's what they went. They didn't go to college. They went to the G League.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're talking about the Ignite.
Yeah.
Okay. I see what you're saying now. I see what you're saying. We're talking about from the perspective of NBA. Okay, spend some time. Go to the G League in those situations.
I meant it just like that. I mean, if you go look at all these rosters, more than half the league has been in the G League at some point.
But yeah, he's getting some opportunities. He's getting some opportunities. I don't know if he's truly. I don't know if he's truly a rotational player, but he's certainly getting that opportunity to do so.
He's getting better. He's getting better at hooping, being in the league than he would be if he was still in college.
I agree.
And to bring it all the way back to the front, shout out to Jalen Brunson. Nepotism.
The dude has 2 college championships. Nepotism.
Shout out to Stevenson, Chicago. But his dad, Rick Brunson.
I get that, but he earned his keep
with a lot of opportunity. I mean, but
and then Dallas did him dirty. Dallas had an opportunity to. They had an opportunity to lock him down and they said no. And he said, all right, bet. I'm going to New York. And the rest.
I think that's what he wanted to do from the go, though.
No. That was on the floor. That was on the table.
No. He wanted to go to New York. That was it.
Did they not turn that down, though?
Yeah. Because, Dallas had rights of first refusal. He turned it down. He said, I want to go test the market and then test the market. Down. Yeah, he tested the market was actually, I already got a deal to go to New York. But imagine Dallas for a second. Imagine you drafted Luka and Jalen Brunson in the same draft. And all you got for them was a 1 first rounder, 29 games of Anthony Davis, and Max Christie.
And that is why the Nike guy, Kobe's Nike guy, don't have a job no more. Yeah, Nico Harris don't have a job no more. That makes sense, though. They didn't have a job.
Brunson was a free agent. He left, but they denied him a contract for $455, though.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
$455 is like what? 14 a year, 13.8 a year,
Yeah, they turned that down. That was on the table for them to lock in.
38 a year though. What do you go to New York and get?
I know
That's
that's
a lot of money.
I'm just saying that he wanted that deal at the time though.
Then New York said we really want him and gave him more money, and he got to go home.
Yeah,
Leon,
worked out.
Worldwide West, and Rick
And I
Bronson
think,
brought him to New
and his
York.
dad, and I think at the time was talk about Jay Wright maybe being the Knicks' new coach. At the time, that was out there too.
Dante DiVincenzo got to be sick right now.
He went to one of the games, so I think that he was like because he's hurt right now, so he had crutches, but he went to one of those New York games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd
I
be
said we about to go ahead and get out of here, man. My last question, and all you gotta do is 1, 2, 3, because I want to know is AJ DeBanza the sure number one? So who's your top 3 picks in order? 1, 2, and 3. It's the Wizards, Utah, and the third pick goes to remind me.
the Brooklyn.
Yeah, I think it's not Brooklyn. It's Utah.
No, Utah second.
Okay. Damn, they're right there on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of Wizards. No, they got number 1, don't they? Okay. Damn, who is that? Reese, where's Stat Boy at when you need him?
The Grizzlies. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. They just secretly been shitty.
Yeah.
High key.
Yeah.
But all right, so 1, 2, 3 in y'all opinion, just for the draft.
I like
from tomorrow.
I like AJ, Darren, and Caleb. 1, 2, 3.
AJ, Darren.
Peterson.
Okay, Darren from Kansas. What's his last name?
Darren
Peterson.
Peterson, that's right. And who the last one?
Caleb Wilson.
Okay. What'd you think, Foss?
Oh, you saying Wilson's going third?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like the same hate on Adam Silver too. You know what that's about. Go ahead, Foss.
As far as the top 3, I think it's gonna be AJ, Peterson, and I think it's gonna be Boo.
Yeah. That'd be great for Chicago.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you.
Well, no, I think you really probably just legitimately just said what's probably more realistic. And I think Boozer would be good for Memphis right now, just because they coming on, they going into a culture cleanup, right? I wonder what's going to happen with Ja this year. There's been a lot of the Ja and everybody and all this and all that. Boozer, a clean cut guy. He a company guy. You bring him in there, you reset that whole thing, and you build around that. I mean, that's what's going to happen.
And remember that I think he reclassified.
Mm-hmm.
So he's, similar to what Cooper Flagg did. Not to say that their games are the same, but there's some room for potential, even though he doesn't have he doesn't jump off the page with his athletic ability.
He don't have a bag.
No, but he's like you said, you go from Ja Morant and all that was going on there to Boozer, a little cleaner.
Everything you said makes me feel like Memphis. If Memphis did that, they're gonna be back in the lottery multiple times for the next 10 years.
I told you last week what I thought about Caleb Wilson. I mean, if I was Chicago, I still would pick the Arkansas guard and then get one of those other bigs at the second pick you got. But that's just me. Yeah, I think it's an element of fandom in your decision making right there, Pay. But I get it.
I mean, all the
that's A Cup. That's what I think Chicago should take.
DeJuan Wagner vibes.
Caleb is not. He's not working out with anybody.
See, he going Tampa Lion going to DeJuan Wagner, the son. I'm thinking DeJuan Wagner, the dad.
Daddy.
That's what he's talking about. There's no way he's talking about his son.
Wait a minute.
I think he played with it. I think Acuff played with his son.
Nah, the Wagner was been in the league a while ago. Lil Wagner.
Yeah.
Played for his son, maybe?
Yeah, his son was in the league a little while ago.
He's gone.
Yeah, big one. Definitely, Acuff still in college. DeJuan Wagner been in the league and recycled somewhere. He out.
All the rumors lead me to believe that Caleb has a secret agreement with somebody in the top 3. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Okay. We got it from a North Carolina plug.
Junior is 21.
That's okay. I'm talking about the granddad then and the son. No, his dad name was Milt Wagner. My bad. That confused everything. Milt Wagner was a dad, championship with the Lakers, championship with the Louisville Cardinals in college. See, Falls, you weren't even born yet, but yeah. So Junior's grandfather, yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about players' granddads now in this spot, man. I gotta get out of here.
I hope I don't want to be at that place.
Shout out to Willis Reed.
Yeah, you might not want to be here now, but you really do at the end of the day because the alternative ain't good.
I do.
The alternative ain't good. But that being said, though, y'all, thanks for tapping in. Everybody that did, thanks Damian Tate for the $5 super chat. We appreciate y'all. Be sure if you haven't already, hit like on this video, subscribe to the Know It All's YouTube channel. Get a membership. Be a part of the nation. Different tiers. No some, no more, no all. With that being said,
really
till
so
next week. Well, hey, somehow Shannon Triple OG said that, man. That's just me talking regular. I told him I'm used to talking loud to all you dudes on these podcasts, man. That's my regular voice, man. Like I was just on the phone or something. You know. But yeah, with that being said, hey, Pay, tell my Aunt George I said happy belated birthday.
Do.
I know it was Friday. I forgot Friday. We was right here on the podcast together. But yeah, man. So with that being said, we out to next week. Thank y'all for tapping in. I'm about to go over to the Steel Curtain Network and be part of the Hangover crew with Daniel J and Triple OG Shannon. And tomorrow, check out some of the other stuff on the Know It Alls podcast. I know Big G will be here with Minister Yens tomorrow. And is Keeping It 100. So, no, Minister Yens was tonight. Keeping It 100 is tomorrow. So tap into that tomorrow afternoon. And we'll see y'all for the rest of the week. Fellas, just shout out your pods real quick, and I'm out.
First Rate Chicago Sports Fan Channel, FCSF, available everywhere you get podcasts, and everything drops locally on YouTube. Give us a follow, hit the notification bell so you never miss a drop. All Chicago content.
And post-game podcast for all Piston coverage and Bleachers to Speakers for pretty much everything else. Lions, Tigers.
Bears, oh my.
No Bears.
You do know that Wizard of Oz movie though, right, folks?
Lions and Tigers and Bears. I'm like,
But you've watched the movie before.
I've seen it.
Okay. It's a whole disconnect, man. Sometimes I gotta answer. But yeah, y'all, thanks for tapping in. See y'all next week.